Gutierrez, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us. And also we have a very known person at the Wolverine country, Mr. Aaron Lozano, journalism teacher. Mr. Lozano, how are you?
Good, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for asking.
We are very excited for the starting of a new season and a lot of great things happening in the Wolverines. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that spirit that is, you can see it, you can feel it everywhere at school and also here at the stadium?
Yes, definitely, Mr. Leja. What we are actually doing, we started a new initiative here at PSJA Memorial Early College High School, and it's called Supporting Wolverines. With that said, it's trying to get our student body and our, all our programs together and helping one another and to show our spirit, to hope build our pride at the school and also, of course, to help build a rich tradition. Today, for example, we're showcasing our tennis, golf, and swim teams. They're here supporting our football team. And every week and every home game, we will definitely have, different programs attending, supporting our boys.
So that's the way it works. Today we're going to have 3 different sports teams. They're going to be supporting the football team, and then they're going to rotate. And then next week, next time that the Wolverines play home, you're going to have different teams. And then eventually, the football players they're going to pay forward.
Yes, definitely. We're trying to get everybody involved. From the staff to our, to the student body, the coaches. Everybody's involved, and it's been great here so far at PSJA Memorial. So it's about, like I said, building the pride and helping one another, especially with our students. They're doing great. It was a great start this year, and we're just going to try to continue and help support every single program within the school.
And we see that not only here at the stadium, we also see it at the high school, right, Olga?
Especially this year, a few things have changed, and I think it's awesome that our spirit has grown since last year, hasn't it, Mr. Lozano?
Yeah, that's true. In fact, day one, we had a welcome back pep rally for the entire school. We had all of our classes, every freshman, every senior, every junior, every sophomore, every teacher there at the welcome back pep rally. It's the first time in history, or since I've been there for 15 years, that we've had a welcome back pep rally on campus during the day. We even had our new Arabic teacher go up and make a little, yeah, she was up there, she was motivating our kids, and she was very well received, and I think that speaks to the culture at our campus. It's changing. Positive things are happening in Wolverine country, and I'm excited to see it, and I'm glad it's happening, and it speaks highly of our students, our athletes, our teachers, our administrative team. They're great, and so great things are happening in Wolverine country.
So you guys had 2 pep rallies in 1 week. Let's talk about the first one. So the band members, the cheerleaders, they were placed in the front of the high school, and as everybody was coming in, they were doing a big welcome.
Absolutely. That we do that every home game, every morning. We've got our band members, our cheerleaders, our dazzlers welcoming everybody who comes into our campus. And the kids love it. And then morning announcements, we have our choir singing the alma mater. It's just a great day to be a Wolverine on those Fridays. You see the spirit everywhere. So yes, we had that morning welcome. And then this afternoon during 8th period, we had our very first football pep rally, which was Wipe Out the Raiders, a Hawaiian-style pep rally. And if you were on campus today, you would see everybody. We had hulas, we had leis, we had surfboards, teachers, students, administration. Everyone was in support of our football athletes today. It's a great day.
And then the Wolverines, it's a special year also because you guys have a new football coach. And we're talking before we started this live intervention, how well the kids, not only the players, but the whole school have received a new coaching body.
Oh, absolutely. Our athletes seem to have taken onto him very well. Coach Brown is doing a great job. He's got a great team with him. They were out at the pep rally today doing some great motivational speeches to our school, encouraging attendance. We're very happy with Coach Brown, and I think he's going to do a great job, and I think it'll show tonight.
Well, let's hope for that. Let's hope for that. And also, Ms. Gutierrez, there's a lot of things happening in athletics, and we were just talking about a swimming pool. There's a few campuses that are going to get their own swimming pool to make the project grow. And one of those schools, one of those campuses, it's PSJA Memorial Early College High School.
Yes, definitely. We're actually one of the lucky ones to get that pool. We did recently have our groundbreaking ceremony. And with that said, we're hoping to keep building our swimming program. It's fairly new here in the district. and we're getting more and more kids out there. So with having that pool there, with a new facility there, we're hoping to bring in more kids, more athletes, and not only just to compete within school, but of course to build their lifelong health as well. It'll teach them, as we get older, what do we do
Right,
as we get
right,
older?
right.
We're not very physical or active as much. So it's helped us a whole lot.
And it's very important to mention that my understanding is that the pool is not only for the swimmers, but it's for the community. In other words, all that maybe on the summer you can go and take a little dive there.
Yeah, definitely. I love swimming. I have a pool of my own, and it might be fun to do it in my own school.
So great things are coming to our district. Great things are coming, especially to Wolverine Country. And a big thank you guys for being here, and a big thank you also for our administration and our board members for always pushing towards the good of the kids and the education, Mr. Lozano.
That's right. We have a saying at PSJA Memorial, and that's a Wolverine is proud. We have a great sense of pride in our community and our students. And I think Olga can probably remind us what that saying is, right? A Wolverine is
Positive,
responsible,
responsible, optimistic, university-bound, and dedicated. A
There you go.
Wolverine is proud. Go Wolverines!
Go Wolverines!
Go Wolverines!
Good luck to all of them, especially tonight against the Raiders. And thank you for following up. We're going to go right now to the national anthem, and then we're going to come back with the beginning of our program, of our play-by-play for the game. Thank you, guys.
Student Body President, and Ariana Guerrero, Senior Class President for PSJA Memorial.
Good evening, Wolverines and Raider fans. I am the Texas Association of Student Council's District 16 President, Cassandra Garcia, and what an honor it is to serve as your Wolverine Student Body President.
And I am Ariana Guerrero, your Senior Class President. On behalf of our principal, Dr. Rowdy Vela, Wolverine Country, and our state-recognized Wolverine Student Council, welcome to the beautiful PSJA Stadium.
As a symbol of good sportsmanship, we present our good friends, the Raiders, with our famous green friendship basket.
Tonight, the friendship basket is carried by our 5th Emerald Queen, Vanessa Diaz, and student representatives from the swim, golf, and tennis teams. At PSJ Memorial, Wolverines always support Wolverines.
We'd like to wish both the Raiders and the Wolverines great luck on this beautiful Friday evening. May our athletes, dancers,
band members, cheerleaders, and football fans enjoy tonight's game and festivities through the spirit of good sportsmanship and safety.
Be winners on and off the field.
And remember, a Wolverine is positive,
responsible,
optimistic,
university-bound,
and dedicated.
A Wolverine is proud. Let's have a great game. Happy Centennial Year, PSJA ISD.
Thank you, Cassandra and Ariana. And now for the response, I'd like to welcome Victoria Brewster, Student Body President for PSJA North.
Good evening. My name is Victoria Brewster, Student Body President at PSG North Early College High School. On behalf of Ms. Lisa Diaz and our student body, we would like to thank Dr. Vela and all of PSG Memorial staff and students for hosting us at tonight's game. We are honored to kick off the Centennial celebration by playing our sister school. Good luck to both teams, and we wish you the best of luck. Go Raiders!
And thank you, Victoria. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll direct your attention to the east side of the field as we will now hear from the pride of PSJA North, the talented and mighty Raider Varsity Band, and its school song. And now, the one and only, the pride of PSJA Memorial, the mighty Wolverine Varsity Band, and its alma mater. And before we get started, I'll let you focus again to the center of the field as we get ready to introduce the captains for tonight's ball game as well as the officials. And here are the captains for tonight's ball game for your PSJA Memorial. Wolverines, the captains are number 18, Anthony Pedraza, number 45, Santos Gomez, number 90, Orlando Garcia, and number 99, Aaron Salazar. For PSJA North, for the Raiders, the captains are number 7, Seven Sanchez, number 28, Isaiah Rangel, number 78, Francisco Saucedo, and number 90, Aaron Alvarez. Our officials tonight, referee is Eric Clow, umpire George Chapa, back judge Jason Mendoza, the line judge Eduardo Longoria, the side judge Jorge Segovia, and the field judge Guadalupe Cázares. And the head linesman, Alejandro Montemayor.
PSJA Memorial has won the toss and is elected to receive.
A real quick announcement. I'd like to remind everybody that PSJA is always proud each and every year, and tonight is special, celebrating centennial time for us at PSJA. So look for centennial t-shirts being sold at both sides of the stadium for only $10. Centennial t-shirts. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will present the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, the mighty Wolverine Battalion. Presenting our nation's colors are as follows. Right guard, Cadet Captain Araceli Molina. Carrying the U.S. flag is Command Sergeant Major Cassandra Martinez. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Captain Ashley Fernandez, and the left guard is Cadet Sergeant Cesar Enriquez. The PSJA Memorial JROTC Color Guard is supervised by Sergeant First Class Juan Rodriguez. I'll ask you to turn your attention to the 30-yard line on the home side as the Mighty Wolverine anthem singers under the direction of Mary Lou Manzano will now sing our national anthem, and I'll ask everybody to please stand and remove all headgear.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, and so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
And we are back at
Football
the DHR
season.
field. They're
It's
ready
the Wolverines
to bring you guys some
and-
football tonight. The Wolverines, they are under the direction of new coach David Brown, and they are looking to come back to the playoff scene for the first time since 2011. On the other side, they have, of course, a very dangerous, very powerful team of PSA North Raiders under Marcus Kaufman. Last year, they went 3 rounds deep into the playoffs. So this year, they look very strong, and they're candidates to take the district championship. But with me tonight are going to be our student reporters from PSJ Memorial, and Olga is one of them, but you have more friends to come.
Yes, of course, I have my fellow theater media classmates, Alex Cordero, Jasmine Villegas, and Cesar Cavad. We're all here, and we're all very excited to watch this game, and we can't wait, and let's see what happens.
Yes, thank you very much, Olga. Let's take it upstairs with Javier Martinez and Mr. Mike. They're going to bring us the action of this week 1 high school football, Friday night football from PSJ Stadium, the Wolverines versus the PSJ North Raiders. Guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to PSJA ISD Football. We are at the beautiful PSJA Stadium, the home of DHR Hillfield, where tonight the hard-working crew at KTRI will bring you a great matchup between the PSG Memorial Wolverines and the PSG North Raiders. I'm Javi Martinez bringing you the play-by-play, and with me tonight will be Mike Vives. Our third man in the booth will be Damian Viescas. Welcome to the booth, Mike. Friday night football doesn't get any better than this. What are your thoughts?
No, sir, it doesn't. How do you know it's fall in the RGV? When you got football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It all starts with high school football. You got to love it.
You got to love it, and no better place to be than here at PSJA Stadium. Good crowd tonight. Opening night for both the Wolverines, who are home tonight, and the visitors, the Raiders. So it should be a crosstown or intra-district rivalry that should be very, very good. Last year, of course, the Raiders had the upper hand, and the Wolverines with a new coach trying to get themselves with a win. David Brown II will lead the Wolverines.
Yes, sir. And that David Brown, he has a young ball club to bring around. I know the Raiders are bring back a little bit more seniors. It's interesting to see what David Brown can do with the youngsters there.
Yeah, David Brown inherits a group that won 4 of their last 5 games, 3 games in a row to finish the season. The Wolverines were 4 and 5, in district. Finished in 5th place, just 2 wins away from the playoffs. They'd like to get those extra 2 wins to get themselves in the playoffs. And on the other side of the field, on the visitor side, are the Raiders. You know, 4th-year coach Marcus Kaufman. Last year, the Raiders finished tied for 2nd. They won a by-district game, went into overtime against San Benito in the area round and lost in overtime. But they, as you said, this is a veteran team. They have a lot of good players coming back. I look for a lot of good things from the Raiders this year. And we are set to get underway here from PSJA Stadium, DHR Health Field. The Wolverines won the toss, elected to receive. The Raiders will be kicking off from the north end zone. It is number 3 with the kickoff duties, Jose Alvarez. And it's a little squib kick, and I want to say the Raiders recovered that onside kick to start the ball game. So Kaufman digging deep into his playbook on the very first kickoff.
A little bit of trickery on the kickoff.
Well, I didn't expect that at all.
No, I didn't either. Everything's a kicking squib kick. Nicely set up. No Wolverines around to get that ball.
Yeah, the Wolverines did not attack that live football. And, of course, once it crosses 10 yards, it is exactly a live football. A great job by the kicker. Jose Alvarez being patient enough to wait for that ball to cross a 10-yard marker and give his team excellent field position. So first drive for the Raiders here in 2019 will begin at the Wolverines' 47-yard line. But before that, we will have a penalty.
Delay game. Number 28 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, an auspicious start after a great onside kick. The quarterback, the Raiders offense, flagged for a delay of game. That'll bring up a 1st and 15. That actually pushes the ball back past midfield. Now at the Raiders' 47-yard line. The give is to the up back right up the middle. Good job of blocking. A big push. Great job right there by number 21, the sophomore Isaac Gonzalez.
That's a sophomore. Good run by the sophomore. Nice. He's running like he's already a senior already.
He's strong. He had a great outburst late in the season and did an exceptional job in the playoffs. And, of course, that quarterback will be the senior for the Raiders, Isaiah Rangel, number 28. And we're going to have a false, well, not a false start, maybe offsides by the defense there.
Offsides. Number 89 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Warren's D-line a little too anxious.
And actually, that may be enough for a first down.
Warren's can be giving up those easy yards.
Well, they're going to have to get this straight. They mark it at the 37. Yeah, my math is correct. I was like, that should be a first down. And the Raiders do pick up a first down. On the penalties. Well, first penalty of the first down, for the Raiders. It results in a first down, and quickly up to the line of scrimmage are the Raiders. The ball, give it to their running back, Isaac Gonzalez. Minimal 2-yard gain.
Good job by the quarterback. Was a high snap, brought it down, was able to give it to 21.
Yeah, good presence right there by Rangel, the senior quarterback, of course, last year did an outstanding job for the Raiders. And looking to improve this year. They're going to give it to Gonzalez around the left side of the defensive front. Good job by Gonzalez with a nice little cutback. Quick burst up the middle. And that's more than enough for a first down. That'll be the second first down for the Raiders.
That was a nice little zone read to 21 to Isaac. Got that ball Hit that line really hard. He wanted to gain. He saw the end zone on that one.
Yeah, he saw a quick opening right there. He burst through it for about 15 yards. So good start for the Raiders offense. They're humming right now, moving the ball extremely well, sitting at the Wolverines' 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, the give is to Gonzalez, this time bottled up in the backfield. Great job of penetration by the defense, led by number 90 and number 18. That was Orlando Garcia and Anthony Pedraza with the tackle right there.
Good job on that cut, but he saw nothing but green jerseys.
And actually, correction, that was Gregory Carrillo, the first one to the ball carrier. So great job by Carrillo. And the Wolverine defense brings up a 2nd and 12 after a 2-yard loss. The shotgun, Rangel keeps it, finds an opening, tries to turn upfield, gets slammed down to the ground at about the 15-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down for the Raiders here on their opening drive. Of course, they started the ball game off with an onside kick, recovered it, and they're on the march.
It's a nice tap thrown by the quarterback.
Yeah, Rangel picks up 6 yards right there, brings up 3rd and 6 from the Wolverine 15-yard line. The Raiders with trips to the left, lone receiver to the right. It's a give up the middle. No, it's a quarterback keeper, fooled everyone. And Rangel gets knocked down at the 10-yard line. I want to say he had to get to the 9-yard line, just outside the 10, so he'll be about a yard short. A good 3-yard pickup.
That was a good zone read right there. Good job on the Wolverines of closing that, preventing them from scoring.
Great job by Aaron Alvarez coming from behind, knocking down the quarterback before he got to the 1st-yard marker. So Coach Kaufman, big decision here on the opening drive, 8:22 remaining in the 1st quarter. First set of offensive series right here for the Raiders. I formation. They give it to their back, Gonzalez, and he finds enough room to wiggle through for a 1st down. He'll get all the way to the 6-yard line. So good pickup of 5 yards right there by Gonzalez. 3rd 1st down for the Raiders. And more importantly, they get a new set of downs. It'll be now 1st and goal for the Raiders at the Wolverines 6-yard line.
That was a good job by Isaac Sanchez, the sophomore, knowing how much he needed for that 1st down.
Yeah, good patience right there, letting his lead blocker open up the whole offensive line, did a great job. And Gonzalez, as you mentioned, Mike, he just ran through it, got enough for a 1st down. He's to the left side of the quarterback. It's a quarterback keeper. Great fake, great ball handling skills right there. Rangel goes in untouched. Touchdown, Raiders. They take the opening possession after an onside kick. And
that was a good job by the quarterback. His own read. He saw everybody go one way. You know what? Let me take it. Let me go score.
Excellent job right there in the read option. Fakes it to Gonzalez. Rangel keeps it. Around the left side of that offensive line. Got to give credit to that offensive line. Touchdown Raiders. Quick score, 6-0. The extra point will be successful. So the Raiders come out firing here in 2019 with an onside kick. Recover it. March down the field. That was a 47-yard drive in 8 plays for the Raiders.
We're going to take it down.
Thanks for watching Real Sports Live. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live, #1.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Labor Day party.
It's the Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale where you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12 grand off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to see is they're going to be with a new quarterback this year. And we'll see how, I believe it's going to be Alex Leiva who will have the quarterbacking duties this year. So the kickoff this time is muffed at about the 10-yard line, but picked up by the Wolverines. Knocked down at the 21-yard line. So the Wolverines will have their opening possession of the season at their own 21-yard line, trailing 7-0 with 7:28 remaining here in the first quarter at PSJA Stadium. We have a brief timeout to reset the play clock. And the Wolverines will come out spreading the field. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Leja with a running back flat to his right side. Bit of movement on the line. Was it the defense that drew the offensive lineman off, or was that encroachment by the defensive lineman?
Orange saying it's Raiders, Raiders saying it's Wolverines.
Yeah, it could go either way. It's a judgment call right here. I'm going to say...
Offsides, number 53. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the defense was in the neutral zone, but I guess not. He just waved his arms and the offensive lineman flinched. That's a 5-yard penalty. No, actually it was the other way around. I was correct. 5 yards against the Raiders. 1st and 5 upcoming for the Wolverines. The Wolverines at their own 26-yard line. Lejan shotgun formation. Gives it to his running back right up the middle. Nothing doing. Great stop defense at the point of attack by the Raiders. Another couple of penalties thrown on the turf right there.
Illegal formation on the... Not enough players, numbered 50 through 79. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Okay, well, the Raiders gave the Wolverines 5 yards. The Wolverines said, we don't need them. So we're going to go back to 1st and 10. For the Wolverines. And they'll break the huddle quickly. Get up to the line of scrimmage. 3 down linemen for the Raiders defense. Running back takes it around the right side of that defensive front. Not much doing, but still positive yards. Maybe a 4-yard pickup. Good job right there by the Wolverines. But then again, another penalty flag.
That was a nice hard run. He had about 5 Raiders on his back.
Illegal formation, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's the 2nd straight penalty on the Wolverines for illegal formation. You mentioned they were young. And that inexperience is rearing its ugly head right now as back-to-back penalties. What was once 1st and 5 will now be 1st and 15.
PSJA Memorial, first charge timeout of the first half.
And these kind of penalties that can destroy a drive.
Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
It is, so Number 90, let's make a note of that. Orlando Garcia will now be number 65. I don't know, I guess number 65, Kevin Lopez, will be number 90 now. In either case, we have another delay. This time it's going to be a false start. So the Wolverines are going nowhere fast here in the opening possession.
False start. Number 90 offense. Fire penalty, still first down.
So the Wolverines already with 20 penalty yards within the first 5 minutes of the season. So that's something the Wolverines definitely need to shore up, since this is their, Mike, this is their only warm-up game. You know, next week they get started with district. The Wolverines will travel to Mission and play a very tough Mission Vets team next week. Next Friday to be exact.
All these mistakes can't happen on district games. They got to clean it up in this game and of course in practice.
And the give is up the middle. Not much doing. Different formation. They got the playoff, but the Raiders were up to the task. Maybe a 1-yard pickup. And really, they don't get anything. They're going to say the credit them with no yards, so it'll be 2nd and 20 upcoming for the Wolverines at their own 12-yard line. They got to get all the way to the 31. Actually, should be 2nd and 19. I'll give them credit. They got 1 yard on that play.
They need to hurry up. Time's going to run out.
They got 3 on the play clock. 2, 1. Well, they snap it. And yes, there will be a penalty. I think everybody saw the play clock except for the center. Everybody kind of jumped, except for the center snapping the ball. So that may push back the Wolverines another 5 yards.
I think Javi could be on the defense. They let the play run.
Number 44. Fire penalty, still second down.
Oh, good vision right there, Mike. I think they were anticipating the snap count. The snap was never done. Coach Kaufman is saying, come on, that can't be offside. It's got to be, at the very least, delay of game.
It was close
but
to it.
But it's a back-and-forth battle. We give them 5, we take 5. So now it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Wolverines. I hope the referees' arms are getting tired already and they don't call any more penalties. And we're going to have another one. I shouldn't have said anything. And a deep pass.
It's offsides on Raiders as well.
Intended for Michael Munoz, the senior wide receiver.
Offside. Number 90. Fire penalty, second down.
So another 5-yard gift. The Raiders are giving the Wolverines, and both teams are, statman Damian Viesca says both teams have accumulated 20 penalty yards. I'm not sure what the record is for first quarter penalty yards, but I think we're on pace to break some kind of record.
We might be close.
Okay, we're going to do 2nd and 9. A good snap, bobbled by the quarterback. Fires, finds an open man, caught at about the 1st-yard marker. They're going to spot him just inside the 31-yard line. Leva to Munoz. Nice pass pattern right there. Great reception.
Good job, quarterback. He bobbled that ball, kept his composure, found his receiver. Good catch by the receiver.
So they pick up 10 yards on that play. That'll be enough to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 31-yard line. Quarterback Leja asking for the ball. 2 seconds. They snap it. Maybe they did not get it off before the play clock expired.
No, I think it's defense again. There's offsides as well.
Offsides. Number 44. Fire penalty. First down.
So that'll be the second time. Mr. Marco Castellanos is, a little bit too eager. I'm sure Compton's going to say, hey, man, you're good enough.
Timeout. PSJA North. First charge timeout of the first half.
You got a good enough quick step.
Hi, we're Hawkeye Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Remaining for the Wolverines, 3 for the Raiders. It'll be 1st and 5 after that penalty. And we have movement again. I tell you what, that kid must have a great hard count, and he may drive a team without running a play all the way to the end zone. I don't think he can score on a penalty, though. I think they got to push it in themselves.
But it can put you close to scoring.
Fire penalty results in the first down.
I don't think I've ever seen this. This is amazing. Not very good football, but it's amazing to watch. They get a penalty, another first down on penalties. That's their second first down. Each team has picked up at least one first down on penalties. Well, now it's getting interesting.
False start.
Or lack of words.
All start. Number 73. Fire penalty. First down.
Okay, we're going to give them back 5 yards, the Wolverines said.
They were so generous on the other 5.
Makes you want to think. I think this is August 30th. We're nowhere near Christmas. Everybody's in a generous mood right now, giving gifts.
The Wolverines need to capitalize.
Try it again. 1st and 15, 5:14 remaining in the first quarter. Quarterback Leja fakes, drops the ball. Was looking to go to right in front of the Raiders bench, but the ball just slipped out of his hand. That'll be an incomplete. Well, actually, they're going to say it's a fumble. And got to credit somebody with a quarterback sack on that one. I guess we'll give a team quarterback sack to the Raiders on that one. That'll push back the Wolverines to 2nd and 22 after a 7-yard loss. And the Wolverines, looking back, trying to pick up a lot of yards. Quarterback rolls out, Leva. He's got some running room. Then he gets belted at the 28-yard line. Wow. That's a hard hit right there. In fact, the defender shaking his head right there. He took a wallop as well. Alter Arenas with the tackle.
That's a good job by the quarterback scampering out, trying to find somebody deep, but they're the Raiders swarming on. Looks like he gained yards, but I think he just went back to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm. Yep, no yards at all. So the Wolverines will get their official fifth play. I think they have 10 total yards. The rest have been up and on penalties. Leva looks deep, fires, gets belted as he throws, overthrows everybody. Flat on his back was Leva, but he hung tough in the pocket though, Mike. Great job by the quarterback.
Good job by Leva. He sat there. He knew he was going to take the hit. He knew it. He still let it go. He put too much muscle on that ball though.
So a punting situation up comes for the Wolverines. It is 4th and 22. The Raiders defense trying to do the best they can to help the Wolverines with a few offsides, but At the end of the day, the Raiders defense forces a punt. And good pressure on the punter, and a good punt made. It's going to take a Wolverine bounce. 7 back there. Sanchez to return it. Playing with fire there, getting really close to the ball. Great punt, great turn of events right there for the Wolverines, flipping over the field. So the Raiders will have their second possession with a 7-0 lead with 3:34 remaining here in the opening quarter. They'll start their second possession at their own 31-yard line.
I mean, on that drive itself, I think there was 25 penalties total. Well, it felt like 25.
Yeah, there was a lot of penalties. There was 2 first downs by the Wolverines, but I think they only managed 10 offensive yards. Crazy drive right there. On first down, they give is right up the middle, a big pile up the middle of the field. That's old school football right there. A cloud of dust brewing from the turf there. That'll be a couple yard pickup.
Good job by that sophomore running back, Isaac. Almost lost that ball. Taking about 3 Wolverines with him.
It'll be 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Raiders. Right now the workhorse has been Gonzalez. And Rangel helping out. And Rangel will keep the ball, calling his own number. Gets tripped up at about the 30-yard line. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. So the Wolverine defense doing a fine job of limiting the Raiders' rushing attack to minimal yards.
Yeah, that was a good job of the quarterback following his blocks. I think he had number 7-8 right in front and just started following him for a good pickup.
A 2-yard pickup to be exact. That brings up a 3rd and 6. Rangel spreading out the field. 3 receivers to his left. Rolls out that way. Looks, fires. Finds a man in the flat right at the 39-yard line. Great catch at the sideline. Turns it upfield. Falls out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That was number 24 with the reception. And a big first down for the Raiders.
That was a good job by Jonathan Garza. There was a rollout right into the flats. Jonathan knew where he was at. Stopped on a dime. Gained more yards.
They needed 6. They picked up 11. So that'll be a first down for the Raiders at their own 41-yard line. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter at PSJA Stadium. Shoestring tackle made on Gonzalez, tripped up at the 44, almost got to the 45, about a 3-yard pickup. They might even give him 4 on that. They do. So 4 yards for Gonzalez.
Good
Gonzalez
job.
with 36 yards rushing.
Good job on that tackle. It was a big open hole down the middle. Like you said, shoestring tackle. If it wasn't that, it would have been a lot more yards.
Yeah, it looked very promising right there. That offensive line opened up a good-sized gap right there. Gonzalez tried to sneak through it, but a better job by that defense. Tripping up the ball carrier. Brings up a 2nd and 7. And we're going to have a timeout by the Raiders.
PSJA North. Second charge timeout of the first half.
And that'll be...
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beats stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a 5th wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Offensively, defensively, but for the Wolverines, it's only 7-0. They're hanging in there. They're hanging tough on opening night of Friday Night Football. Rangel keeps it. Lot of running room. Can he get by the 2 defenders? He does split them. He's off to the races at the 30, the 25, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Raiders. Rangel sprints for 55 yards. He split 2 defenders, Mike, and after that, there was no one who was going to catch him. Touchdown, Raiders.
That was a good run by the quarterback. Zone read. Quarterback saw the defensive man might be coming in. Pulled it. I'll take it to the house.
So Rangel with his second touchdown of the evening. The first one was a shorter 6-yard variety. This one, 55-yard gallop touchdown for the Raiders. The extra point by the left-footed kicker. It's up. It's good. Alvarez successful. And just like that, Mike, quick strike action by the Raiders. They lead now 14-0 with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter.
Hi, we're the Real Night City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employers.
0.
The Warriors did a good job on that drive. They held them, but being a young team, I mean, it could have been they just lost focus, got tired. Right now, Wolverines are expecting an onside kick. Anything can happen right now.
And the kickoff by Alvarez is a good one. Caught at the 5-yard line by the deep man of the Wolverines. Brings it up, eludes one tackler. Gets maybe to the 25-yard line. Escalante with the return right there. And that is where the Wolverines will try to stage a comeback.
Yeah, Wolverines were kind of expecting the onside kick just like before.
Good elusiveness right there by the return man. Sneaking his way all the way to the 25-yard line. That was Escalante, Javier Escalante with the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Leiva. And the Wolverines, and a good piece of running right there. A lot of running room around the left defensive edge right there. Great job by the running back. Picking up a good 6-7 yards on 1st down. Much more manageable. 2nd down coming. They're going to credit him with 6 yards.
That was a good run by Anthony Pedaza. Nice hard running by the senior.
And that's what the Wolverines are going to need. Ball control offense. Get themselves right back in it. They're only 2 scores down. Got 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They give it to the running back. He tries to barrel forward. Not much doing, though. Good defensive job right there by the Raiders.
That was a tough 2-yard pickup.
And this will be perhaps the final play. Yeah, the Wolverines are going to be content to head to the second quarter with a 3rd and 2. And that'll do it, folks. The end of the first quarter, the Raiders 14, PSJA Memorial 0. We're going to send it downstairs to our student reporter.
Ready for the next chapter? Let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
Not just about equipping students with skills for the future.
a quarterback keeper. Leyva sneaks by. Almost busted that one loose for a big gain. Good job right there by Leyva, calling the zone number, picking up good, valuable yards. First down, Wolverines.
That was a good job by the running backs, getting their blocks. Leyva just saw that hole. See what I can get from there.
That's the biggest play of the evening so far for the Wolverines. Off of Leyva's legs, 9 yards, first down. Wolverines, new set of downs. They're at their own 42-yard line. Leyva with a high snap. The best he can do is fall on it, as he does. It's a bad exchange there from the center to the quarterback. Those kind of plays hurt, Mike.
Yeah, it does. Does it go back to them being a young group or nervousness, jitters? What can it be?
Just poor execution there. The Wolverines appear to be moving the ball quite steadily, but after that big loss, it's going to pin them back all the way to their own 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 24 after that 14-yard loss. Leyva with a much better snap, rolls out to his left, fires, finds a man open, sits at the 35-yard line. Great job of receiving the ball, was number 88 for the Wolverines.
Good job on that catch. Nice rollout. You saw you want to throw to. Good job on that receiver coming back to the ball.
Yeah, well, we don't have an 88 on our roster, but I tell you what, he did make the catch. As soon as we get his name, we'll give him credit. But nonetheless, Leyva to number 88 for 8-yard pickup. Leyva throwing the ball well. They just got to give him a little bit of time. He needs to settle in. I think he's going to be an effective quarterback for the Wolverines. Heavy pass rush, little screen. We might work out beautifully. Can he get his blockers aligned in front of him? Breaks through a couple of tacklers. Does the running back coming out of the backfield, and that was number 18. Making a great run for the Wolverines right there. Pedraza, Anthony Pedraza.
That was a good job by the corps. He saw that number 90 coming fast. Good job by Anthony pulling it in. Good vision. Good job following his blocks. Running hard.
So back-to-back pass plays from the Wolverines and Leyva, and they accumulate 24 yards on the next 2 plays. That's good enough to cross midfield for the first time this evening. The Wolverines trying to stage a comeback here in the second quarter at the Raiders' 28-yard line and give up the middle. So the Wolverine offense, I'll tell you what, Mike, they're keeping the Raiders' defense, with a stout defense, guessing.
They're looking good. They're firing now. A lot better than the first drive where they had 5 penalties.
That was a good 4-yard pickup on first down, and that's a key, Mike, and not just for the Wolverines, but any team. If you can be effective on first down, it gives you a chance to move the chains. It's when you fall behind the chains that makes it very difficult.
Exactly, Javi. Third downs are crucial. Third down and 10 are hard to do. 3 and 2 are so much easier.
Great play right there. Wide open man. Number 4 with the reception in the flat. Leyva just tosses an easy pass to Michael Munoz. Michael Munoz does the rest with his legs. May have enough for a first down, and I believe he does. Wolverines on the march.
That was a good, nice little hitch pass to Munoz. Good stiff arm. And good weight. I want to get more yards. That's what was on his mind. Move the chains.
Yeah, moving the chains exactly are the Wolverines. Munoz with a 9-yard pickup. So Leyva on fire right now. 3 for his last 3 for 32 yards. And keeping the defense honest are the Wolverines trying to run the ball, but nothing doing there. Great job of team tackling. And there was a big wall of white right there. No way anybody was going to get past the line of scrimmage on that one. In fact, that is a loss for a tackle by the Raider defense.
That was a zone read by the Wolverines. The Raiders read it, stayed with their blocks, ran down the ball carrier. Good job on the Raiders D-line.
That brings up a 2nd and 11. 7:45 remaining in the first half. A good game so far. 14-0 Raiders, though. But the Wolverines are on the march, almost outside where the Raiders once again, out in the flat, gets it to Munoz. Munoz tries to elude one defender, does not. Good open field tackle right there by the the master of disasters, I'm going to call him this year, Seven Sanchez. He is just a tackling machine.
Good job on the hitch pass again by Munoz. Good job coming back to the ball and fighting for those yards.
Yeah, but there were
Big
7 right
2-yard
there.
gain.
Actually, look at that form. I am very impressed. I was impressed with him last year. I'm impressed with him already this year. He's a good-looking kid. He's a heck of a ball player. He loves to play. He loves to play football. He loves to win, and it's demonstrated every time he puts on a Raider uniform.
And that was a good open field tackle by 7.
Good pass by Munoz, and just off the receiver's hands. That would have been, the pass was to Munoz from Leyva. That would have been a big play. That would have been enough for a first down, but instead brings up a 4th down and 8.
That was a good pass by Leyva.
Yeah,
Munoz probably took his eyes off it. He wanted to score.
And that breaks a streak of 4 consecutive pass completions by Leyva. Brings up an interesting 4th down, 4th and 8, trailing by 2 scores. The Wolverines really in no man's land. I think it's too far for a field goal.
What do you think, Javi? What do you think on Coach Brown's on mind right now?
And Coach Brown will call a timeout.
To make good choices. No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the net, Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
The Wolverines, they had something positive. They moved the ball down the field. They overcame a 2nd and 24. I would, in my opinion, I'd punt it. Congratulate the offense for doing their job and pin the Raiders deep into their own side of the field and give that defense a chance. But it appears that the Wolverines are going to do some risky business here tonight. 4th down, or are they just going to try to draw them off sides? They don't. They pass. Man, complete. I tell you what, they went to the well right there. Leyva to Munoz, and I tell you what, that is why I'm up here in the booth and not on the field. Great job by the Wolverines. 1st down.
Good job by that young offense, keeping their composure, knowing it's a crucial down.
Yeah, that speaks volumes right there. A lot of confidence for that offensive line to give Leyva protection, and he went to his bread and butter man, Munoz. 1st down at the 20-yard line for the Wolverines. Staging a comeback. Good burst right up the middle. Great piece of running by the Wolverines running back, Anthony Pedraza. He's having a heck of a ball game. But, Mike, it all starts up front.
Good job by Anthony. Once he crosses that D-line, he puts on that burst. Oh, you know he could smell the end zone on that one.
And I believe that was a 13-yard pickup by Pedraza. Another 1st down. So the march continues, folks. The Wolverines looking good. It'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Big pileup right in the middle. That was muscle against muscle, and the Raiders won that battle.
That quarterback ran into a Raider wall. Good job on the Wolverine offense, overcoming those penalties in the first drive, coming back, driving the ball down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's one place I wouldn't want to run against the Raiders. It's straight up the gut, but you got to keep them honest. You got to attempt it. You got to keep them in the box as much as possible to spring out those little rollouts by Leyva. And maybe Pedraza can punch one here. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Wolverines. Leyva rolls out to his right, finds a receiver, tosses it, and I believe that is intercepted. And it is an interception. I'm not sure who made the interception. That was on the far sideline. But it clearly looks like a turnover, and the Wolverines will get stopped. There's a few penalty flags, so let's see if this play holds up. A lot of talking going on, a lot of conferencing. Mike, did you see who made the interception?
It looked like number 7 for the Raiders.
It was either number 7 or number 1. It was either Garcia or Sanchez. In either case, that's a heartbreaking play right there. The Wolverines were primed to cut the lead in half. And just throwing it to coverage, though, was the quarterback. And we hear word that it was number 1. Garcia, the senior for the Raiders. A interception that stops a big drive by the Wolverines. Of course, that drive started at the Wolverines' 25-yard line. They marched it all the way to the 7-yard line. But to no avail. The Raiders' defense, they bend, but they don't break.
There are 2 fouls in the play. After the change of possession, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 18. So we have the distance to goal. After that, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So a couple of penalties going each way. And the Wolverines, you know, they used up 15 plays, 72-yard drive, but they just could not punch it in.
Good job on the Raiders holding tough, not letting the Wolverines get anything.
So after the personal fouls issued are resolved, the Raiders offense will start at their own 21-yard line with 4:57 remaining in the first half. Of course, the Raiders with a 14-0 lead, trying to add to that lead. A quick toss on the outside right in front of the Raider bench. The pass is complete, maybe for a loss of yards, and another penalty will be thrown.
Look like a holding on the offense right there, Javi.
Well, they're going to sort this one out.
Personal foul, face mask, number 18. Have a distance to goal, replay, first down.
Well, that's a rarity. Personal foul face mask on the offense. And that was on number 18 for the Raiders. Did not do that. And on first down, once again, the running back, Gonzalez, is off to the races. He's got one man to beat. He hurdles him. Gets past midfield, still on his feet. Doesn't want to get down. Still running down the sidelines. Chugging and turning. My goodness, Gonzalez. Sports Center highlight reel right there. Just he was not denied of getting down. I tell you what, he got some good lead blocking. I thought they were going to rip his jersey off. Gonzalez needs a break after that run. Wow, electrifying run by Gonzalez.
That is a nice, tough run by the sophomore running back. Following his blocks, stiff arming, showing his speed, hurdles, stiff arms again, not wanting to go down. Good job by the sophomore running back. Running tough.
64 yards of toughness right there by the Raiders. Wow. You know, they were bottled up deep in their own end zone after that personal foul.
Final timeout of the first half.
And the Raiders, Isaac Gonzalez burst onto the scene late in the season. Did an outstanding job in the playoffs, and it was no fluke what he did last year, because he's off to the races this year. Gonzalez on 8 carries, Mike, already with exactly 100 yards.
Thank you for watching Sports Live. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of uncertainty.
to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
John Garza, and John Garza sneaks around the Wolverine sideline. Not sure we have another penalty or injury. There's a little bit of talking going on. That'll be a minimal gain.
You just stretch that play out.
Black below the waist. Number 56 of the offense. First down.
Well, scratch that run. And another doozy of a penalty right there against the Raiders. That's their second personal foul in this series alone. They overcame the first one with a big, daunting 64-yard run by Gonzalez. That's going to push the Raiders all the way back to the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and, well, it'll still be first down. First and 23 upcoming. Rangel, empty backfield, shotgun, looks, rolls up, nobody protecting the quarterback, sees that, eludes two defenders, heads towards the sidelines, got a couple men to beat, puts his helmet down, gets pushed out of bounds at about the 6th pickup once again by the Raiders after a crucial penalty.
That was a good run right by Rangel. That was his play all along. That was a quarterback draw.
That was a 30-yard run after a 15-yard penalty. You know, the Raiders have ran two plays on this possession. One of 64, one of 30, and they've been penalized 23 yards. First and goal for the Raiders with 3:42 remaining here in the first half, trying to pad their 14-0 lead. Wolverines trying to get a big defensive stop. Big run up the middle. A lot of banging going on down there at the middle of the field. The ball carrier is going to fall at the 3-yard line. Good pickup on first down for 4 yards. That'll bring up a second down and goal upcoming for the Raiders. Quickly getting set. The Wolverine defense with their backs to the wall, trying to minimize the damage here as Rangel is under center. They give it to the deep back, and wow, what a punishing blow at the line of scrimmage. A green wave just pushed the ball carrier backwards into his own backfield. Great job right there by that Memorial Wolverine green wave defense.
Good job by that D-line. You can tell the Raiders come in with a heavy package. They got 3 running backs. You know what they're going to do with that ball.
Yeah, still a 2-yard pickup though, but more importantly, the Wolverines kept the Raiders out of the end zone. It'll be third down and goal. I'm sure it's 4th down territory for the Raiders. Here with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the half, Rangel gets it, gives it to his big bruising running back, and that'll be a touchdown Raiders from 1 yard out. Isaac Gonzalez joins the party. 3rd touchdown of the evening, all via the running game. 2 by Rangel. Now Gonzalez gets into the act, 20-0.
They had the same formation, Javi. They got 3 running backs. Let's just run the ball.
Yeah, basically it was, you know, we're going to run it, try to stop us, and the Wolverines did as much as they could. And the extra point never really gets airborne. That's definitely not good. So the Raiders traverse the field. 79 yards on just 5 plays. 2 big plays, a 64-yarder by Gonzalez, a 30-yarder by Rangel, and a 1-yard touchdown plunge at the end by Gonzalez. That gives the Raiders a 20-0 lead with 2:27 remaining here in the first half. So the battle between 2 PSJA schools, of course, the Raiders in District 36A And from what I hear, the Raiders are going to be one of the contenders that will definitely challenge for the district title. Of course, they're going to have to beat crosstown rival, the PSJ High Bears. The Bears are the defending district champs, so that should be an interesting matchup when they get there. But first things first, you know, the Wolverines right now, they trail 20-0. They played well. They get up a couple big plays, and both offensively and defensively, Mike. So what do you think the Wolverines need to do now to get themselves right back in this one?
Yeah, there's some bright spots, Javi, on this young team. I mean, they had a good drive. On the first drive, I know they had too many penalties. They cleaned it up. They came back. Nice drive. Of course, at the end of the drive, interception. There's 2 penalties. They just need to focus, do what they need to do, like what Coach Brown told them to do in practice, and just go forward.
Yeah, I like to, you know, the Wolverine team, they finished the season, so they started really bad last year. They struggled at the beginning, you know, not to sugarcoat anything. Then they really played well at the end. They won their final 3 games, 4 out of 5. You know, they lost 1 game, which they could have won. That may have been the difference to get them into the playoffs. So I think they have a lot of confidence coming into this season, a lot of energy with a new coach, and I'm sure Coach Brown is going to do, and his staff is going to do a great job of getting them ready to play week in and week out. Of course, there's a bit of a disparity when you think about it tonight. You know, you got a 6A team, the Raiders, playing a 5A team, the Wolverines. In most cases, you assume the 6A team's going to win. But again, that was not the case last night as Flower Bluff upended our Bears. So the Wolverines will take over at their own 25-yard line. This will be the Wolverines' 3rd possession. They have 7 first downs and 71 total yards. What's been killing them, though, their Achilles heel this evening has been the penalties.
14. Fire penalty, first down.
And right on cue.
Delay of game.
Delay of game, so auspicious start if anything. The Wolverines, I believe, or Statman Damian Viesca says they have 60 total yards in the first half. So they're going to try it again. First and 15. A run up the middle by Leiva, not fooling anybody. The defense staying at home that time. Great job by that defensive front of the Raiders. And no yards on first down. So 2nd and 15 upcoming. Just over 2 minutes. We're approaching the 2-minute warning here in the first half. It's all Raiders right now, 20-0. But the Wolverines, though, they've been putting up a good fight. Leiva asking for the ball at the 10-second mark of the play clock. Rolls out to his right. Fires a little dump pass, and walloped is a receiver right at the line of scrimmage. A mad scramble after that big pop. A fumble, and I believe the Wolverines will recover. I believe that is Leiva who recovered. I'm not sure who was popping the leather out there, but my goodness, that was a vicious hit on the far sideline. Everybody got up, though. Everybody's good. And the Wolverines are going to live to see another day as they recover their own fumble. But they lose a yard in the process. It'll be 3rd and 16 upcoming for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that the Wolverines will go back to that passing game. They had some positive yards on the passing game.
Well, the Raiders' defense is playing a little bit tighter on the receivers. A quick slant pattern. Great job of defense, but maybe too good of a job. That may have been interference. The intended receiver was getting mugged out there.
I think he was making the tackle before even the ball got there.
Yeah, Munoz was the intended receiver. The Raiders maybe jumped on the ball a little bit too soon. They're talking about it. The foul occurred at about the 29-yard line, well short of the first down.
Holding on the eligible receiver, number 11 of the defense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that's a big one right there. That's an automatic first down.
Spot.
Well, not sure what he said at the end, but they're saying it's a first down, and I believe it is. It's an automatic first down. So the Wolverines will pick up their 2nd first down via penalty. That is their 8th first down overall of the game. They move up to the 29-yard line. We have a minute and 2 seconds remaining. The Wolverines with one timeout. The Raiders have exhausted all their timeouts. Wolverines trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time this evening, cutting into this 20-point deficit. Not much doing, though. They take it upfield along the far hash mark, not fooling anybody. Once again, Mike, that defensive front is very stingy on the runs right up the middle.
Wolverines had success earlier with that zone read. The D-line from the Raiders are all over that now.
So they credit them with a couple yards on that play. Not nearly enough with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. The Wolverines taking their time. We're going to have an official timeout. And I believe it's because there is a injured Wolverine, and I'm not even sure he's injured. I think it's more of a hydration. I think he's cramping there a little bit. And, you know, this is South Texas, Mike. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. Except if you're on there on the turf. It is hot and humid down there.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna.
The defender really had a better shot at that, and that was number 90 drifting back into coverage. Aaron Alvarez. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Wolverines got to be, well, no, there's no timeouts by either team, so I was going to say if they elect to pass, the Raiders may have an opportunity here, but I get a feeling the Wolverines are going to run the ball and get out of this half without any further damage. The Raiders really playing a prevent defense, playing deep, and it is a run up the middle. Not much doing, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it, folks, for the first half of football. First Friday night here at PSJA Stadium. Well, we've got 19 seconds. Are the Wolverines going to try to get there within 9? I don't think they're going to be able to get a play off in time. And we'll head to the half. That'll do it for the first half.
Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Nava with Westago East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're PSJA Lady Bears, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. Time for special cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Are you ready?
The Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale is going on now. You can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
All-Star Dancer, Lieutenant Victoria Ayala. All-American Dancer and All-Star Dancer, Lieutenant Desiree Trejo. All-American Dancer, All-American Dance Company, All-American Kick Company, All-Star Dancer, Outstanding Performer, and Miss Leaps and Turns, Major Annette Rios. All-American Dancer and All-Star Dancer, Second Captain, Mariah Sontoya. All-American Dancer, All-American Kick Company, All-Star Dancer, and Miss High Kick, First Captain Alexis Hernandez. This week's Raiderette of the Week is Samantha Gonzalez. The Raiderettes are under the direction of Joey Aguillon and Vanessa Martinez. For tonight's entertainment, the Raiderettes will be performing a palm routine to some of AC/DC's biggest hits. Raiderettes, take it away. Let's hear it for your PSJA North Raiderettes.
It's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your nachos down and your hands together for the PSJ North Raider Band. Time for your PSJ North Raider Band and Raiderettes.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beats stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a fifth wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002. Harlingen, Texas.
Our professional advisor.
Assistant Director is Maribel Martinez. The 2019-2020 Dazzler officers are Lieutenant Alina Caballero, Lieutenant Monique Cavazos, Second Captain Brianna Mendoza, First Captain Victoria Etheridge, and Major Ariana Solis. The directors and officers would like to recognize the following Dazzler for their dedication, enthusiasm, and determination. Congratulations to the Dazzler of the Week, Courtney Garcia. Tonight, the Dazzlers will perform a palm routine to the hit song Bang Bang. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning PSJA Memorial Dazzlers.
Planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help.
You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, we're the Edinburgh Bobcats. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Forever Memories Antiques.
Color Guard Member of the Week is Hannah Longoria. The Wolverine Band will perform their 2019 UIL show titled Dia de los Muertos. Take it away, Wolverine Band! And we'd like to thank our Superintendent, Dr. Daniel King, our Principal, Dr. Rauli Vela, and all our fine administrators, parents, and band boosters for their continued support of fine arts in PSJA. We put the A in PSJA.
Filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-sized cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics.
The attorneys and the judges to work with our students right now when they're in high school, for them to just basically get better guidance on what it is to go to law school, what law school is like, and that way it has the students better prepared when it's time for them to go to law school. They decide to take a career in law.
I believe having judges, lawyers from the community, especially from our PSJA family, go and encourage our students. They will see that these goals are attainable and they have some more insight into the career opportunities for the legal profession in terms of being a practicing attorney, a litigator, a contracts attorney, an intellectual property attorney. So I think the mentorship that can be provided is invaluable to the students.
We invite you to apply to our new pre-law institute. The IT Institute is intended to expose students to the information technology field for the early stage and help them understand what the IT fields are going to look like in the technology.
237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi,
First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
TVS specializes in provider services, respite care.
We would like you to apply for the PSJA IT.
Thank you, guys, and we're ready for the beginning of the ring. So you can see they're getting ready to come out. It's been first half under Brown. We got to remember they won 4 of the last 5 games, so unfortunately they are facing a very tough PSJA North team on the first game of the season. So let's take it upstairs with Mike and Javi. They are ready to bring us the action for the second half. Thank you there, Pedro, and the halftime entertainment. Great job by both teams, the Raiders and the Wolverines. Everyone involved at the halftime activities. And, you know, Mike, Pedro made a good point right there. You know, it's a young team for the Wolverines. They're facing a tough Raider ball club. What are your thoughts after the first half?
They have a lot of promising. I mean, they have some bright spots. Good. I mean, being young, I mean, there is some drives where they look like they can run toe-to-toe with the Raiders.
Yes, they did.
Good passing. And like I said, maybe that young team mantra came in where, you know, they penalties, interceptions, they kind of fell back, you know. But I think, I mean, showing what they can do, I mean, they can run toe-to-toe with anyone in their district. I mean, I know Raiders are 6A and Wolverines are 5A, but they're showing some promise right there. I think first downs, 8 first downs for the Wolverines and 9 for the Raiders. I mean, it looked pretty close, but then once you get to the total yards, 221 for the Raiders and 71 for the Wolverines. Yeah, that's you know, that's kind of a little bit deceiving there. 9 first downs to 8 first downs. And the big reason there, Mike, is, you know, the Raiders had big plays. Exactly.
Both from Rangel and Gonzalez. You know, Gonzalez with 106 yards rushing in the first half. Rangel only 2 yards behind him with 104. And in fact, Rangel has 2 touchdowns on the ground, and Gonzalez has 1. The only setback, you know, that I've seen tonight, and it's opening night for both teams here on Friday night, first weekend of Texas high school football, has been the amount of penalties. But other than that, it's been a well-played game, good hard-hitting football, what you expect when any two sister schools go at it. And right now, the Raiders with the advantage. They're going to be receiving. The Wolverines will be kicking off from the south end zone. The Raiders will be turning from the north end zone and trying to extend their 20-point lead. So we're about set to get started with the second half kickoff. The Wolverines defending the south goal. A pooch kickoff, grabbed at about the 19-yard line. A good head of steam, breaks through the front. Defensive coverage is Seven Sanchez, and a good return there by Sanchez all the way up to the 38-39 yard line. So the Raiders, with a 20-point lead, will start the second half with excellent field position.
That was a good run by number 7.
And there we see on the replay, just cutting straight back upfield. Almost get submarine there, but enough to stay on his feet. Yeah, a bit of gan tackling right there, shoving and pushing on the ground. That's crazy football right there. Gotta love it. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 39-yard line, and on first down, the give is to Gonzalez, and right back at work is Gonzalez. Full head of steam, but a penalty flag flies deep in the secondary, but not after Gonzalez picks up a good 20 yards on that carry. Well, this comeback, though, penalty right now sitting at the 49-yard line of the Raiders. Gonzalez has got all the way up to the 25-yard line of the Wolverines.
It looks like holding, Javi. They threw in the right in the area where holding usually occurs. That's a tough break. That was an awesome one.
Number 2 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Yeah, most definitely. That hurts. But then again, that might have been the block that sprung the running back Gonzalez around the edge, and it's going to come back. It's going to be a spot foul. So they mark him almost as if the play never happened. He gains 10 yards on the carry, and then they're going to move it back 10 yards on the penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming, and another big run. I just took my eyes off of the field for a second. My goodness, Gonzalez streaks down the Raider sideline once again. Big time run by a big time football player right there in Gonzalez.
Isaac comes right back. You know what? Give me the ball. I can do it again.
That's a 24-yard run by Gonzalez. And the Raiders are in Wolverine territory, making a move quickly here in the early part of the 3rd quarter. I think the whole stadium jumped off sides on that one. But no, they're going to say it's actually false start.
False start. Number 24. Fire penalty. First down.
So the Wolverines will get pushed, the Raiders will get pushed back 5 yards. 1st and 15 upcoming for the Raiders from the Wolverines' 42-yard line. First and 15, couple receivers flanked out wide in each direction for Rangel. Rangel throws. Receiver has to come back and get it. That was number 85 with the reception. Fights his way up to the Wolverine 35-yard line for about a 10-yard pickup, maybe an 8-yard pickup on 2nd down right there.
That was a good job by the O-line. Giving some time to throw. Good job on Peter Gonzalez coming back for that ball.
So 8-yard pickup on 1st down, and 15 makes it a 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, they're going to give him 7 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 8 after 7-yard pickup. Rangel with a quarterback keeper, full head of steam up the middle, gets dragged from behind though. Big crease right there in the defensive line, but somebody reached out with a paw and drug him down. If not, Rangel may have been off to the races.
They're running that zone read again, Javi. Rangel probably saw that defensive end coming towards the running back, pulled the ball, decided to take himself.
Rangel with 4 yards on that carry makes it a very manageable 3rd and 4. They're going to give it to Gonzalez up the middle. Eludes 2 defenders, eludes another one. He's off to the races. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Gonzalez and the Raiders. A 31-yard touchdown run by Gonzalez, his 2nd of the evening. Gonzalez well over 140 yards on the night.
Raiders go back to that zone read, give it to Isaac. Stiff arm at the line of scrimmage. Another stiff arm. No one's going to catch him.
And that'll bring up Gonzalez's touchdown total on the year, the first game to 2, 168 yards rushing. Unofficially for Gonzalez on the evening. The extra point by Alvarez will be successful. And quick strike, 1 minute and 54 seconds is all it took PSJA North to extend their lead to 27-0, 16-1-yard drive on 5 plays. Capped off by a 31-yard jolt by Isaac Gonzalez. And the Raiders sitting pretty right now, 27-0 with 10:06 remaining in the third quarter.
Hey, Javi, we discussed earlier that the Wolverines are a young team. We know the coaches made some adjustments at halftime, but what do you think the Raiders did? You think they're happy where they're at, or?
Oh no, I tell you what, I honestly think this is a very good football team. This is a team that last year they surprised a lot of people. They really didn't surprise me. I thought they were going to be solid last year. They were one game behind the Bears for the district championship. In all honesty, when they played the Bears, they lost them 10-7 in a game. Well, 50-50. The Raiders could have won that game. It depends on anybody's opinion there. The Raiders played tough. They won a by-district matchup. People thought they weren't going to win, and they did. Then San Benito comes into town for the area round, and they said, well, San Benito will manhandle the Raiders, the upstart Raiders. And in all honesty, a play or two here, and the Raiders should have won that game easily. They lose in overtime, so this is a very confident group. I think they're hungry to do something that their crosstown rivals did. The Bears did last year, and that's to win a district championship. And I think Coach Kaufman has energized the team enough over the summer, in the spring practices over the summer and early part of the season to say, we want to win every game and play well and get better. And right now they are. They're playing well. Of course, it's only game 1. So a long season to go. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So long way to go. A lot of stories to tell in between, and we'll see how this ball club ends up. But it's a promising football team nonetheless.
Jared Sandoval on that kickoff return. Took it to the 29-yard line.
And there you see on the replay, just trying to get as many yards as possible. Good job by the kickoff unit, holding the ball carrier to the 29-yard line. So the Wolverines, Mike, they had one great drive. They stalled inside the red zone. Let's see if they can duplicate that drive. But before we do, I think the play clock was about to run out, but instead a timeout is called by the Wolverines.
Timeout, PSJA Memorial. First charge timeout for the second half.
In the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories.
And synchronized was not the word there. I mean, that was just a slow developing play. A lot of confusion in the backfield. And it didn't help that the Raiders had a tremendous push on that offensive line, driving the offensive lineman deep into the backfield.
Yeah, the Raiders coach probably called the blitz, and perfect timing. That quarterback kind of fumbled the ball, almost lost it like last time.
Still managed to pick up maybe a yard or two, bring up 2nd and 13 for the Wolverines. Leyva looks, has a lot of room on the outside. A penalty flag flies, picks up a couple of blocks, and gets buried by Sanchez. Number 7, Sanchez with a big hit, and Josh Boteo helping him out right there, tag teaming the quarterback. But we have a penalty.
Yeah, he's throwing behind the line of scrimmage, usually a holding call in the offense.
Number 72, 10-yard penalty, replay, second out.
So the Raiders will elect to...
That penalty's been declined, third down.
Okay, and I was going to say it might be better to decline the penalty, give them a 3rd and 10 instead of a 2nd and 22, and that is exactly what the Raiders do. It'll be 3rd and 11 upcoming for the Wolverines. They lose 2 yards on that play. Quarterback gets it, rolls out to his left, looks deep, fires, penalty flies, ball falls on the floor. Great defensive job right there once again, this by Josh Botello on the receiver. Well, I think they're saying ineligible receiver downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Your illegal forward pass. Number 62. That penalty's been declined. 4th down.
So the penalty is declined. The result is an incomplete pass. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 11 and a definite punt upcoming from the Wolverines as they sit at their own 28-yard line. The deep man for the Raiders, I believe that is Seven Sanchez, sitting at his own 41-yard line anticipating this punt. 8 seconds on the play clock. They do get it off. They do get the punt off. It's a line drive right at Sanchez. Got it to 41. Quickly past the 50. A penalty flag thrown. Maybe another block behind the back. Sanchez screaming down the sideline. I don't think anybody's going to get him. He's electrifying, folks. I think he's the best player in the district by far. Touchdown Raiders, but there's a lot of laundry. I want to count at least 3 flags on the turf. I'm pretty sure, Mike, this one's coming back.
I think so too.
But nonetheless, I tell you what, that kid can move, man. He's a heck of a football player.
He can run. He plays safety. He does it all.
Yeah, I'm sure need be he's learning some offense and getting at the receiver or the slot position. Well, now it's just a matter of where the fouls occurred and how far back are they going to push this. As of right now, it was a touchdown on the punt return by Seven Sanchez, about 48 yards maybe. And I'm sure that's going to not hold any water there. They're going to bring this one back. We're anticipating a call any minute now. They're still discussing it.
On the last play of the Wolverines, Javier, like we discussed before, they need to go back to their passing. They did that. They tried to hit Munoz on that drag route across the field.
Yeah, that's when they've been more efficient. The Wolverines passing the ball.
After the change of possession, illegal block in the back. Number 11. Correction. Number 31. Also, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 44. Those fouls will offset. However, the unsportsmanlike conduct was flagrant, and number 44 is disqualified.
So we have 2 penalties. The greater of the 2 evils there were against the Wolverines, and unfortunately a player will have to sit out the remainder of the game, and not sure exactly what the rules are, but he may have to sit out the first half of the ensuing game. And that's a big one, because that's a district opener next week at Mission Veterans. The refs will huddle up, but the point you were making a while ago, Mike, you're absolutely right. The Wolverines are a lot more effective when they're passing the ball, when they got Leva rolling out and hitting some quick hitters, some slant patterns in routes run by his receivers.
Usually offensively you want to run the ball to set the pass, but for the Wolverines, passing has been working, and after that they run the ball and get some good yardage on that.
Well, the committee's still talking out there. I wish this was like baseball. That's what I love baseball. The home plate umpire would have come out and say, "Hey guys, let's break it up. Let's play. Let's continue play right here." But unfortunately, there isn't anybody out here who's capable of doing that. There we see a good look of Brown. The intensity staring down the field, seeing exactly what's transpiring here.
Correction. PSJA North has declined offsetting fouls. Therefore, they have the ball at the spot of the turnover. However, number 44 is still disqualified.
I'm not sure what the ruling is or why they would decline. Well, they're going to say they're going to spot him at the 37-yard line. So a bit of confusion, but I'm sure everybody's going to get it right. Coach Brown is asking the head official exactly what and why the ball's marked at the 37-yard line. I think that's a good spot for the Wolverine fans. So I thought the ball's going to be maybe at the 42-yard line, but in either case, with 8:49 remaining in the third quarter, PSJA North 27, PSJA Memorial 0. 1st and 10. Rangel looks. He's got a man wide open, but the sniper got him at the 48-yard line. If that he doesn't get tripped up, number 24 is racing down the sideline and celebrating for a touchdown.
Jonathan Garza up the seam by himself.
Wow, that's one you like to have back. That was a sure touchdown. Rangel just had to put a little bit more air under it, and the receiver had to stay on his feet. 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass. And a big run by Gonzalez, high-stepping it. He tries to high-step another one. Gets taken under from the undertow right there. The Undertaker gets him at the 41-yard line. So that'll be another big pickup, but flags all over the field again.
Legal motion, number 18. Fire penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
Well, another electrifying run by the Raiders is going to be called back due to a penalty. The Raiders now with 85 penalty yards. Well, make that 90 after that one. So 90 penalty yards for the Raiders. The Raiders have looked good offensively, defensively, and in the special teams. But penalties is something they got to definitely shore up.
That's right, Javi.
2nd and 15 upcoming for the Raiders. Quarterback keeper Rangel finds some running room. Tries to get around the edge. Does. He's got a little bit of room. A little shake and bake right at the midfield. And due to that, they're going to call a late tackle as the defender kind of dragged them all the way to the floor. I think that was a continuation of the play inside the stripes, but the official is the last man to say so. I think it was just good overall, good football, but that may be a personal foul upcoming against the Wolverines.
Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. 50-yard penalty, enforced for the end of the run, 1st down.
So Rangel picks up 20 yards on the carry, tack on another 15. And the Raiders are in business once again as they will move the ball forward way deep into the Wolverine territory.
Those are some costly mistakes. Nice run. What was it? 20 yards on that run?
20 yards.
And then an additional 15?
15. So that's a 35-yard pickup on that play. And it was questionable. You know, like I said, I think he hit him inside the lines, but, you know, instead of letting up, he continued with the tackle, and that was the difference. Of course, safety is the main priority, and almost looking for safety was the quarterback. I tell you what, the Wolverines came with an all-out blitz on that one. They sniffed out that play, and great job by Rangel just avoiding that. He somehow found Gonzalez just standing out there. He almost got it to Gonzalez. Incomplete play on that pass attempt.
The Wolverines had a blitz on that play. Number 8, I have a sack. Rangel was able to pass to Isaac. Isaac almost caught that ball.
Javier Escalante putting tremendous pressure on the quarterback, forcing that errant throw, so it'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Raiders. The give is up the middle to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez sheds one tackler, then gets knocked down for about a 6-7 yard pickup. So Gonzalez on a good pace right now to possibly get over 200 yards on the evening.
Raiders going back to that zone replay. The quarterback saw the defensive end coming in. You know what? Let me give it to Isaac. See what he can do with this ball.
35 upcoming for the Raiders. Rangel fires. He underthrows his receiver, was streaking down the sideline. Good coverage though, right there. The intended receiver was number 24, Jonathan Garza. Good coverage though. And right now we're going to take a little break from the booth, and we're going to send it down to Olga Herrera.
Hello, I'm here with PSJ Memorial's Bowser Director, Miss Ozuna. So, Miss Ozuna, what are your feelings and expectations for the girls this year?
Well, I'm really excited this year. The girls have been training all summer long. They received All-American Team of the Week this year, and I expect great things from them. They gave a great performance, and I'm excited for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck for the rest of the year. Go Wolverines.
Thank you there, Miss Osuna, the sponsor there. Excited for the Wolverines. And on 4th down, the Raiders went for it. Unable to pick it up, though, were the Raiders' offense. So the Wolverines' defense comes up with a huge stop at the 7:39 mark of the third quarter. And the Raiders, though, still, Mike, 27-0 over the Wolverines.
Good job with that Wolverine defense. That Raider quarterback, Rangel, rolled out, pretty much signaling his receiver to go deep, go deep.
Mm-hmm. Interesting note, both quarterbacks on these last two drives are both 0 for 3. No completions. Let's see if Leyva can get it. He's under heavy pressure. He gets hit, and he gets hit hard. My goodness, incomplete pass. Wow, great edge rush right there from the right edge. The quarterback's blind side, and Leyva got up. He took a licking right there. He got straight back up. Incomplete pass. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Both offenses, Mike, are kind of stalling here now. Leyva scrambles, fires, and that is nearly intercepted, and it is intercepted on the tip drill by number 1, Garcia. He's streaking down the sideline trying to get a convoy. He sidesteps somebody and then almost gets in the end zone. Did he get in the end zone? No, they're going to say he's pushed out at the 1, but I tell you what, he's got the Midas touch right there. He put on the brakes. The defender flew right by him. Here we see Leyva scrambling, throwing, deflected by the defender. Great tip drill right there, caught by Garcia. Rumbles all the way across the field, trying to pick up a block, and he says, you know what, I don't need a block. I'm just going to let the defender olay me right there. Get to the 1-yard line, and after all that, the Raiders are going to have excellent field position. Their 2nd turnover of the game, both via interceptions.
You mentioned having good tip drill, good following the ball. All the defense realized it was an interception, went out to block for him. Took a pause right there. Almost scored. I think ball's down on the 1-yard line. We had an injured Wolverine. I think it was could be a cramp. It was number 1. Like we mentioned earlier, it's humid day. Humid day.
Mm-hmm. And it's getting late in the ball game. 1st and goal for the Raiders. I formation, and the powerhouse run is successful. Touchdown, Raiders. So they capitalize quickly. One play after the interception by Garcia, who returned it all the way to the 1-yard line. And capitalizing are the Raiders offense, and Gonzalez scoring his 3rd touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, but we discussed earlier that the Wolverines are a young team. Given the score and the time we're in the 3rd quarter, what do you think about putting the young players to play, getting some time to get on the field?
Yeah, well, most definitely, this is one of those opportunities that's granted because of the score. The extra point is successful, so the Raiders, with 7:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter, are now up 34-0. And yeah, you're right. These are great opportunities when, things aren't going your way or things are going extremely well, to get in some reps for some younger kids who normally may not see that much action.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. J's up!
At HCISD,
we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Come see what the city of San
Your opponent's very different. You know, sometimes you match up better against somebody else. From one opponent, from one week to week. Next week, they will be hosting here next Friday. The Raiders will be home next Friday hosting the Harlingen South Hawks from District 32 6A. So that should be an interesting matchup. The Raiders and Alvarez ready for this kickoff. That's going to sail way deep in the end zone for a touchback. Great kickoff right there from Jose Alvarez, the senior. So the Wolverines will take over at their own 25-yard line, trying to gather themselves, Mike, and make a push here. They trail by, good amount of points, but as we say, this is their only warm-up game. This is their only non-district game. Next week, they get ready, and they have a 9-game district schedule starting next week on the road at Mission Veterans.
We've seen what they can do, Javi. They have some bright spots. They just need to clean it up, fix it a bit. We mentioned they're a young team.
And that is Jonathan with an elusive run. He's going to beat a couple more defenders, still on his feet. Muscles his way all the way to the 43-yard line. Great run right there by, that was Anthony Pedraza with a great run. I had to flip my chart over there. Wrong team, wrong personnel.
Being patient on the outside, good vision. Anthony has speed.
Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 4 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Like I was just mentioning, Javi, the Wolverines have some bright spots, and as we mentioned, that nice run by Anthony Pedraza.
That is a 32-yard pickup, and insult to injury, plus 15 on the penalty, and the Wolverines trying to get something going. They set up a little screen, not affected at all. Great job of staying at home was number 4, Christian Ramirez.
Good job on that defensive rush, pushing the quarterback too far back.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines at the Raiders' 28-yard line. This is their second deepest penetration of the evening. Of course, early in the ball game, they got all the way to the 7-yard line. Then an unfortunate turnover stopped that drive. We're going to have a false start and push the Wolverines back, and then we have another penalty. So tempers are flaring on a hot summer. Well, it's not even a summer night, but it sure feels like it here at PSJA Stadium.
Looks like we have 2 penalties on the play.
False start, number 9. Dead ball, personal foul for 65. Those fouls will be enforced in order of occurrence. Second down.
Okay, so the penalties each go against the Wolverines, so that's going to push them back. And in what was once 1st and 20, 1st and 10, it will be now 2nd and 30. So 2 penalties. They lose 20 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 30 near midfield for the Wolverines. Leyva looking, fires. And we're going to see another penalty. Good pass coverage. I'm not sure if that was on the pass coverage. That was more in the backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 80. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Okay, so another personal foul. That one was roughing the passer. That saves the Wolverines' life right there. What should have been 3rd and 30 is now 1st and 10 after that personal foul.
It was a nice hard pass to receiver. Got tipped. Once again, Raiders coming in, practicing that tip drill in practice.
It'll be first down, new life for the Wolverines. They try to run it up the middle, nowhere to go there. Great job by that defensive front, number 44, and I believe that was number 54. Doing a great job sitting the point of attack. Well, Iracheta and Marco Castellanos right there on the stop. Great job by that defensive front. Loss of 2 yards. Positive play for that defense.
Good job on that Raiders D-line, staying in the gaps, fighting through.
Yeah, they play that 4-2-5 defense, and it's menacing. And a quick slant pattern is incomplete. Good look by the quarterback. Good quick release. Almost had the receiver. That connection with him, and I believe we have another penalty on the near sideline. Let's see what that's about.
I think that looks like offside on the defense.
There's no foul for offsides. 3rd down.
Well, they said no foul offsides. You would think it'd be pretty clear cut. You know, the ball's at the 35-yard line. So I guess if the guy's standing past the line, it's offsides. And if he's not, he's in play. But either way, it'll be 3rd and 12 after that incomplete pass. And movement by that offensive line this time. The penalty yards are really mounting up, Mike, here for both teams.
Ball start, number 62. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
This is something both teams have to clean up for the oncoming season.
So the Wolverines now will have 3rd down, upcoming from the Raiders' 40-yard line. They needed the first down marker sitting all the way at the Raiders' 23-yard line. So 17 yards away are the Wolverines if they want to keep this drive going. They set up the bubble screen, and that was almost a disaster of a play. Number 31 for the Raiders was licking his chops. Micah Lopez was thinking touchdown the other way. Ball's incomplete, though, so it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was a good rush by that D-line. Leyva needs to see if his running back's ready or not. He can't just chunk it over there and hope that he gets it.
Yeah, I think they were setting up the screen, but the defenders just motored their way too quickly to the quarterback. Unsettled was the quarterback and just couldn't get the ball to his receiver. On 4th down, the Wolverines appear to be going for it. They're going to throw another quick slant, well short of the 1st down. Even though the receiver makes a catch, that would be about 8 yards short of the 1st down, and that was number 8, Javier Escalante, the intended receiver. So it should be a turnover on downs, but again, there are some flags on the turf.
Dead ball, unsports line conduct, number 5. The foul occurred after the change of possessions. It'll be 1st down, PSJA North.
Well, they're going to say the penalty is after the exchange of possession. So the ball was at the 40. The penalty goes against the Raiders, so that'll push push the ball back to the Raider 25-yard line. And the Raiders are very fortunate that occurred when it did, because if not, the Wolverines would have had another automatic first down. So the Raiders will begin this drive with a commanding 34-0 lead here midway through the third quarter. A slow-paced third quarter, if I may add. The Raiders, and Rangel keep it. He's got one man to beat. He's at midfield. I don't think they're going to catch him. The 30, the 20, the 10. I'm looking for a penalty flag. There is none. Touchdown, Raiders. 75 yards later, Rangel untouched. That'll be his third touchdown, and Isaiah Rangel is having a ball game. Right, Rangel's got to be nearing the 200-yard mark rushing. I think Gonzalez is at about 170. And you know what? Man, I'm good sometimes. 203 to be exact. Rangel, 203 yards rushing on 10 carries? 9 carries. Wow. That's a good average. The extra point is successful.
Then I handle on that zone read. Once again, saw that defensive end chase the running back. Yeah, you know what? Let me keep it. Turns on the turbos right there.
Yeah, nobody was going to catch him after that. Once he hit the 30, he hit his full stride. You know, the kid's got deceptive speed. He's a tall, lanky guy, but he can motor down the sideline, that's for sure. The Wolverines had no answer to that run. I want to venture and say that's a great job of blocking by that offensive front, because I don't think Rangel was touched at all. It was just like another walk on a Sunday afternoon. Touchdown Raiders. The score now reads 41-0 with 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. Jose Alvarez with the kicking duties once again. And the Wolverines still scratching their head, Mike. You know, they're trying to figure out a lot of things tonight. And again, you know, it's one of those things. They're running into a buzzsaw tonight. They're running into a team that's very talented, both offensively and defensively, and that's not a good combination when you got a young group of kids trying to learn a new system. Tough sledding so far for the Wolverines, the home team tonight. The visiting Raiders putting on a show, and the Wolverines trying to get a good return. They do. They slips by a couple return men. Finally dragged from behind is the return man number 18, Anthony Pedraza. And good return. Good starting point right there for the Wolverines.
Good job by Anthony, waiting for his blocks to set up. Cuts in, jukes in, does a spin move, almost stays on his feet. Good job on 24 making that tackle. If not, Anthony would have been down the sidelines in the end zone.
Well, that's exactly what the Wolverines needed, something to energize them. A great kickoff return by Pedraza. It's going to give them good solid field position at their own 33-yard line. So that's where Leyva and the Wolverines will take their next possession, trying to get some offense going. They've had 2 good possessions, but other than that, it's been really tough on this Wolverine offense. The Raiders defense doing an outstanding job. And once again, good run right there by the Wolverines, just slithering through that offensive front. Not much of a daylight right there, but still good pickup by the running back, number 27 for the Wolverines.
That's a good run by Omar Diaz, busting through that line, spin move at the end to get those extra yards.
So good pickup on first down, brings up a 2nd and 6 after that. 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard pickup, I'm sorry, and there appears to be another heat-related timeout as they attend to a Wolverine player.
Find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is supporting business, community, and the team's San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes
Head with only 18 yards passing, only 2 for 5, struggled with his arm throwing the ball, but on 9 carries, Pedraza has 3 touchdowns and 203 yards rushing, and not too shabby for Isaac Gonzalez, the sophomore, with 167 yards rushing. The Raiders on the ground with 370 total yards. And the second down play is swallowed up in the backfield, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, where the Wolverines, nothing doing there. It'll remain 3rd and 4. No yardage gain on second down. So 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Wolverines. Leyva still in at quarterback, trying to direct this offense into the end zone for the first time. The Wolverines trying to put up some points. Of course, the Raiders would like nothing better than to keep that goose egg up on the scoreboard. Leyva bobbles a shotgun toss from the quarterback, but still does a good job of turning it upfield. He needed 4. He picked up about 3. So that'll make it 4th and 1.
A good job on Leyva on that rollout. Almost from the ball. He could see someone, see receiver. You know what? Too late. Let me tuck it. Let me run. Let me get some yards.
Well, my eyes deceived me. I thought it was a yard short, but no. I have been corrected. It is a first down for the Wolverines at their own 43-yard line. So, yeah, that's correct. They started the position at their own 33, so that is a first down. So I'm going to give them 4 yards on that carry. Big run up the middle. Bouncing like a pinball was that running back, trying to elude a couple of defenders at the very end. Omar Diaz picks up a hard 5-6 yards on that play.
That's some nice running by the senior running back, Omar Diaz.
Illegal formation. More than 4 people in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Well, that fine run by Diaz, which was about a 6-yard, 7-yard variety, is going to come back due to an illegal formation on the Wolverines. So that'll push them back 5 yards. It'll bring up a 1st and 15 at the Wolverine 37-yard line. Check that, the 38-yard line. They need to get all the way to the Raiders 47-yard line. Trips right for the Wolverines. No receiver on the near sideline. Leyva gives it to the lone running back, gets about to the 40-yard line for about a 2-yard pickup. We have another injured player.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're not leaving on the season. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is
on his own 2 feet. Walking a little gingerly, though. That's football for you, though. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 13 upcoming for the Wolverines at their own 40-yard line. Of course, they're trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time this evening with 2:11 remaining in the third quarter.
The Wolverines have to go back to their passing attack, Javier, where Leiva rolls out. You see, had success hitting Munoz across the field, also for hitch passes. So let's see if they go back to that on this play right here.
And let's see if they do. They got 3 receivers to the quarterback's right. He's going to roll out to the right, looking for a player in the flat. He kind of underthrew him as the defender was getting there quickly. It'll be another incomplete pass. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 13. But I'll tell you what makes it so difficult, Mike, to move the ball on the Raiders, especially through the air, is that 4-2-5 defense that they play. They got 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, which are good. They're good linebackers. They're quick. And then you got 5 defensive backs out there. And they got good speed. They cover a lot of ground. And there's just not too many open lanes. But I think the underneath routes will be open if you can get your quarterback out of the pocket. And Leiva sets up a screen, and he's going to go nowhere as the Raiders sniff that out easily. Good tackle there by number 6 for the Raiders. Ramirez with the tackle, and that'll set up a 4th down upcoming for the Wolverines and a punt formation.
That was a good play call on the Wolverines. Defensive line from the Raiders are rushing in, flying fast. They got them going. Good pass, but like you mentioned, the 4-2-5, they have everybody running to the ball.
Yeah, they
No
fly
yards.
out there. But I've always said something, Mike. You know, the screenplay is never going to work until your running game works. If you don't have a running game, then they're not going to respect the pass. And I've been always one that says that. Unless you get the running game going, that little screenplay will never work. And it's tough, especially when you got a bunch of talented kids, as the Raiders do, flying to the football like that. But then again, you know, that's why I'm up here and not on the sidelines. My calls don't really matter much. They're just opinions. With 48.3 remaining in the third quarter. It's been a lengthy third quarter. Tell you what, fans are getting their money's worth tonight. It is 41-0 as the Raiders take over. At their own 25-yard line. That's not good news for the Wolverines. Last time the Raiders had the ball at the 25, Rangel sprinted 75 yards for a touchdown. This time they give it to the up man right up the middle. The Wolverines do a good job of containing the Raiders to about 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, Javier, I think they have a new quarterback, number 12, Trey Elizondo, who gave to number 18, also a first-time running back there, Jonathan Arias.
So Trey Elizondo will come in to quarterback. And he's a good one. I know we saw him last year a couple times. He can throw the ball around. He's got good movement. And as I say that, right on cue, Elizondo hits his man right on stride. It's a foot race. Number 24 streaks down the sideline. Jonathan Garza almost breaks that for a touchdown. I told you the kid was good.
You called it. That was a nice pass by Trey Elizondo. He stood in the pocket. I think that was just a slant. Stood in the pocket. He knew where he was going to go.
That's a 48-yard pickup on second down. Great connection to Garza from Elizondo. And what a way to end the third quarter. Fireworks all evening long from the Raiders as we head into the final period here in opening night of Texas high school football on Friday Night Football, coming at you from PSJA Stadium. Of course, this is a proud production of KTRI, spearheaded by Mark Vasquez and crew. I'm Javi Martinez. Of course, with me is Mike Vives, Damian Viescas, the stat man doing his job. Nobody better than him. We got 12 minutes of football. And what do you think, Mike? What are we going to see here in the fourth quarter? More Raider action, or will the Wolverines scratch and claw their way back into this one?
Well, they're both going to do what they need to do. I know the Raiders are putting in some new quarterbacks, new running backs, just to get a feel for it, which we mentioned earlier. You know, it's a good thing for both teams to do.
Yeah, most definitely. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Wolverines' 25-yard line after a 48-yard strike to Garza from Elizondo, and the Raiders bulldoze their way for 15 more yards. Jonathan Arias right there for 15 more yards, and the wrecking ball that is the Raiders offense continues to wreck the Wolverine defense.
Like we mentioned earlier, Javi, we got new quarterback and new running back. It looks exactly the same. They didn't miss a step.
And I think that's the beautiful part about the Raiders offense. It's very simple. Just man-on-man helmet up front and run through those gaps. And this time running away from everybody as a running back. And touchdown Raiders. Jonathan Arias from a 10-yard jolt right there. He put it up the middle. Didn't see anything up the middle. He said, you know what, let me try the left edge. He finds it. And that is a touchdown. But no, hold on. I see a penalty flag at the 3 to 4 yard line. So this may be coming back.
Holding, number 17. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Well, all that excitement all for nothing. They're going to move it back due to another penalty.
But that was a good run by the running back. He looked like he was going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Took a step back. You know what? I think the outside's open.
Yeah, good vision right there. The play was intended to go up the middle. He bounced it out. Of course, what sprung him was a holding call, so it'll move the ball back to about the 14-yard line. The quarterback rolls out Elizondo under heavy pressure. He gets mauled at the 25-yard line by the Wolverine defense. Great quarterback sack right there.
Like I mentioned earlier, Javi, I mean, there's some bright spots just right there. That was a nice rush by that DN. That was a good rush by that DN. Hanging on to, making sure he doesn't make any more yards. 33 came in also to finish up the job, help him out.
Yeah, I believe that was number 33 helping out on the assist on the sack right there. I don't have a roster spot. And on the ensuing play, Elizondo hits his receiver, Rolando Coronado, right in stride. Coronado couldn't hold on to the ball. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Raiders at the 25-yard line. So the Wolverines definitely are bending. Let's hope they don't break here. 3rd down and goal for the Raiders with a new quarterback. Doing a good job is Trey Elizondo, excuse me. Trey drifts back, fires, finds a man open. Not much doing. In fact, they may lose a yard or two. So another great stop right there by that defensive unit of the Wolverines. This brings up a 4th and long.
Good job on the Raiders, kind of pulling a play from the Raiders, from the Wolverines playbook. Is running a little screen. Looked like we'd be open, but number 40, Robert Gomez, right there to make the tackle.
Yeah, good job by Gomez making the tackle. And Alvarez attempting a 43-yard field goal. He's got about a 10-mile-an-hour wind at his back. It's a low liner. It's got enough distance. It hits a crossbar. And it's good. Wow. My goodness. I tell you what, man, when luck is on your side, it is luck on your side. And when it rains, it pours. And what a beauty of a kick. I tell you what, you couldn't do any better than that. Line drive right at the post. Got the bounce he needed. That friendly roll goes in for a 3. Well, no, it's actually, yeah, it is a 3-pointer.
That could have gone either way. That was a 50-50 right there.
Very good. You see it spinning. What great coverage by our film crew.
Put some English on that football.
The field judge says, you know what? That's good. Wow. Great footage right there by our cameraman. And the Raiders extend their lead to 44-0 with 9:49 remaining in the ball game. Wow. You know, I give a lot of credit to these people at KTRI. They got great production, and that's evident right there. What fine marksmanship right there to follow that ball all the way, hitting the field goal post, and seeing it just barely inch over. We get another angle right here. I don't think he's gonna make it. Nope, he didn't make it. You know what? He's not gonna make it. I don't think he's got it. It's going in. 3 points. Wow. And you can see the emotion right there on the Wolverine player saying, "You got to be kidding me."
It's unbelievable.
You got to be kidding me.
I think hit the bottom crossbar, hit the side crossbar.
So here we go, the kickoff by the tired leg of Alvarez. And that's going to sail into the end zone. I'll tell you what, that's another strong point. Alvarez can really kick.
Be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps with an atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're Brownsville veterans, and thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Truck techs and
Fire penalty, first down.
There goes the young Wolverines with a careless mistake, not looking at that clock.
That's a 100th penalty yard. So the Wolverines are celebrating the centennial year in fine fashion this evening. 100 penalty yards and celebrating 100 years of PSJA ISD. Pass will be incomplete, but again, there is another penalty.
Chop block, number 78. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That one hurts. That's
Correction, half a distance to the goal.
that chop block really hurts. It was first and 15, half the distance. To be first and 25 from the 10-yard line, upcoming for the Wolverines. That's a lot of laundry out there.
You know the referee's gonna wake up tomorrow with that sore arm.
Oh, yeah. And we may have another one. Yeah, we do. And a fumble. The Wolverines pounce on it, but again, I believe there may have been a false start prior to the ball being snapped. Oh no, offsides.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so the ball moved up to the 15-yard line.
It's like a reminiscence of the first drive.
Yeah. A lot of give and take out here. It'll be first and 20. The Wolverines at their own 15-yard line. They got to get all the way to the 35. And they run up the middle. Not much doing. A lot of silver helmets meeting the ball carrier. Good job right there by the Raider defense.
Good job, Anthony, on that run. Didn't want to go down. Those are hard 2 yards that he gained.
So that'll bring up a second and long for the Wolverines. The Raider defense really pinning their ears back, trying to get off the ball quickly. A sideline pass. Incomplete. The quarterback let the receiver just a tad too far down the sideline.
That was a pass to Javier Escalante, running stride for stride. He was number 9, Brando Ramirez. Good coverage on that play.
Yeah, good play overall by both teams. It's just the quarterback unable to connect with the receiver. The defender did a good job of forcing the receiver deep into the sideline, using that as an extra defender. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and long. We'll say 17. Quarterback drops back under heavy pressure, fires, has a man wide open, hits him in stride at the 40, gets in midfield, tries to elude some defenders, can't, but still a huge play right there from the arm of Leiva. Alex Leiva throws a bullet. And there we see on the replay, fine pass, caught in stride. Excellent job. Almost bobbled it though was Sandoval, but Jared maintains composure, gets to midfield. Big time play for the Wolverines.
You can see the humidity on that field. That he had that ball in his hands. Wanted to slip out.
And they're going to set up the screen play, the bubble screen to the left side, nothing doing. Manages to get maybe about 2 yards, but then I believe it's going to be another bad penalty coming against the...
Number 40, player penalty, first down.
Yes, a penalty against the Raiders. Offsides, and I was about to say a bad penalty because some of these, Mike, there's nothing wrong with the hustling penalties, the physical penalties, but when they're offsides or false starts, those are more mental. And that's something that needs to be cleaned up quickly because it's getting late. First and 5 upcoming for the Wolverines. Leiva fires, hits his man. No, unable to hold on to that ball was a receiver. Great job by the secondary. They're jolting the ball out of the receiver's hands, and in fact, the receiver is down. Let's hope he's all right. He took a licking right there from the DB, jarred the ball loose. Could have been enough for a first down, but instead, it's an incomplete pass.
Here, specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Tex in Arlington.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues.
It's just the consistency is what is lacking in this ball game from the Wolverines.
I totally agree, Javi. We know that he has an arm on him. We know he can roll out. He can hit those passes on the sideline. Just his line needs to give him more time.
So we'll see if, and I believe at this moment after, another hard hit down the sideline. I tell you what, these Raiders can play, man. They came out hungry tonight. And, before the game, Mike, I like to put a little wager every now and then on ball games and stuff. And the over-under, incredibly or not, was 50 on how many flags there would be tonight. And I wisely took the over, as, I'm a wise man. It's at, right now it's at 48.
48
Who would have taken that? Not too many people, but I did. I got 6 minutes and 44 seconds to prove the entire world wrong. An outrageous gamble I just took. Well, that might be 49. Flag. We'll wait and see what the call is.
Personal foul. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so that's another big personal foul against the Raiders, and the Wolverines are marching down the field. They've looked good. They're moving the ball well with the arm of Leiva, and a couple of penalties, aided by a couple of penalties from the Raiders, and the Wolverines are setting up shop now at the Raider 27-yard line. And with 6.5 minutes remaining in the ball game, the Wolverines are starting to sniff that end zone, trying to get in there for the first time this evening. The give is up the middle, and again, tough sledding up the middle. It's just been difficult, Mike, all evening long for the Wolverines to get anything going against a very stout defense.
That was a tough run by Anthony. The Raiders not giving up, regardless of the scoring time. That was a tough 1-yard gain.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Raiders want to get that shutout. In fact, in an interview that they had with Seven Sanchez, he actually said, I think we're capable of shutting everybody out. And, well, maybe he may be right on the first one.
They're showing it here in this game.
And a screen pass is bobbled by the running back coming out of the backfield, but still able to corral it, runs upfield. Good hit of steam right there, gets close to the 20-yard line. They're going to give him the 20. He's got to get to the 17 for the first down, so it'll be 2nd and 3 upcoming for the Wolverines.
That was a good catch by Jerison Noval. Good receiver screen. Looks like he wasn't getting no yards, but he gained a good 6-7 yards in that play.
Yeah, he made a little bit of something out of nothing. 3rd and 3, excuse me, coming up from the 20-yard line. Full out blitz by the Raiders. Can the Warriors take advantage of that? The Wolverines, excuse me, and the Wolverines get all the way to the 9-yard line. So a good 11-yard pickup on 3rd and 3, and the Wolverines, for the second time this evening, are inside the 10-yard line.
Good drop out by Leiva. Good catch. Good vision on Anthony. Turn up the field, wanting to score. Almost had that score. Number 30 from the Raiders topped him. If it wasn't for that, he would have scored. Put 6 points on the board.
Yeah, the Wolverines really took advantage of the aggressiveness from the Raider defense. All-out blitz. They found the open man, and the Wolverines have a chance to get on the board for the first time this evening. Pass in the corner of the end zone, just a little too tall for the receiver. Good pass play right there, just not able to connect. Good coverage though as well by the defenders. That is really what forced the high errant throw from the quarterback. 2nd and goal upcoming for the Wolverines, for 20 remaining in the ball game.
So you said you're a betting man, Javi. What play do you call here, Javi?
You know, I'm calling a double reverse pass on this one. But instead, it's the quarterback rolling out to the right. Man, that didn't fool anybody. A great job by the defense. That was number 1, Garcia, number 44, number 83, number 63. That's just a handful of defenders out there in the backfield. Pick a number. They were back there. That's a big loss. That's going to push the Wolverines all the way back to the 20-yard line. What was once 1st and goal at the 7 will be now 3rd and goal from the 20. I definitely think the Wolverines are going to try to go over the top right here. You got to hurry though. 3, 2, 1. Well, before the play clock expired. As I was about to say, before the play clock expired, the Wolverines were forced to call a timeout. Indecision, young coaching staff, young group of kids out there. That was a Wolverines' 2nd timeout with 3:33 remaining in the ball game.
Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Come see what the city of San Benito has to offer today. Business San Benito Chamber, find out how they can do exciting growth this today. Teams, Sammers.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken Now you can get back to a healthy smile.
Alisa Guerra.
Or after the big.
Ask you, how do you feel about your first year being an assistant coach here?
I'm very excited and I'm looking forward to a great year.
How do you think your cheerleaders are going to do this season?
I think the girls are going to have a very successful UIL season.
Awesome. Go Wolverines!
And on 4th down, a near interception. Excuse me, on 3rd down, that'll bring up 4th down, near interception. And thank you there, funny young lady interviewing the Miss Osuna, the cheerleading coach at the Wolverines. So that'll bring up a 4th down. The Wolverines going on top, trying to go over the top, get it in the end zone, unable to do it. They are going to forego a 37-yard field goal and try to pick up all 20 yards here on 4th down, trying to get in the scoreboard for the first time. Leyva drops back, fires, has a man open. Is it caught? I believe he catches it in coverage. That might have even been interference. They're going to say touchdown, Wolverines. Munoz, Michael Munoz with a great 20-yard touchdown reception from the arm of Leyva. And the Wolverines are on the board for the first time this season. Outstanding pitch and catch, but we do have a penalty.
Pass interference. Number 90. The penalty is declined. The result is score.
Well, there you go. Here we go on the replay. Leyva sits pretty in the pocket, unloads, pretty pass, double coverage. That might have been almost helmet to helmet as well. That would have been an ugly penalty here at the end. Munoz, Michael, proudly presents the ball to the official saying, I grabbed it. That's a touchdown, Wolverines. Great job. Leyva to Munoz. 20-yard touchdown connection. And I believe the Wolverines are going to go for 2. It's 44-6. 3:20 remaining. Wolverines trying to add to their point total. A pass, and that is connected to a great touch by Leyva. Garcia was there defending, undercutting the ball, but he laid it over his head. Munoz, 2-point conversion successful. The Wolverines have cut the lead from 44-0 to 44-8 with 3:20 remaining in the ball game.
Hey, when you're on fire, you just go back to the same person that scored that touchdown.
And there you see the replay, just over the outstretched hands of the defender. Munoz easily catches that, puts it in his back pocket, and that's a 2-point conversion for the Wolverines. So Mike, great job right there. Gutsy play on 4th and 20. 4th and goal from the 20. Here we see it again, a better angle. The touch, what a great touch over outstretched defender, and Munoz backpedals.
Good job
the end zone.
Good job of Leyva recognizing that the defender's right in front just to lay it right over.
Yeah, and that shows maturity on Leyva's part. He didn't get excited and try to rifle it in. He just tossed it up there, gave his receiver plenty of opportunity to come down with it, and he did. We have a break here as the Wolverine does his best to get off the field without any help. Great hustle by that young man right there.
And it appears that he's going to be okay.
So we are going to get ready for a kickoff by the Wolverines. Are you anticipating onside kick, or you think they'll kick it off?
I would practice that onside kick.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose here. So the Raiders anticipating that onside kick as well. So here we go. And it is a short kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line by the Raiders. Little stall in the action there, little change of pace by Seven Sanchez, and then explodes with a quickness, trying to lull his defenders to sleep right there, and gets to the 40-yard line. So that is where the Raiders will take over with 3:09 remaining in the ball game. The Wolverines with One timeout left. The Raiders all three. Right now it's Raiders 44, PSJA Memorial 8. It's good to be back here at PSJA Stadium, home of DHR Healthfield. And this is week 1 of what should be a very exciting football season. On first down, the Raiders running attack. Does a great job exploiting the left side of that defensive front for a good 8 yards right there. There's just no let up on the Raiders. I mean, they just play hard-nosed football throughout.
The Raiders went back to that zone read play. Good job on the quarterback, noticing that defensive end coming in. Gave the ball to the running back. Good job on that running back picking up those yards.
At the Scoop Ice
A brief timeout.
Treat yourself to some things. Ice creams, sundaes, banana splits, and that's. If you can dream it, they can make it. In Harlingen comes a sandwich sure to bring for more. Dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 12. In Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor. And
when we gather here on Thursday or Friday night for football. So the Raiders from midfield, high snap, quarterback able to get to his running back, gets enough for the first down, so that'll move the chains. That'll temporarily stop the clock with 2:38 remaining in the ball game. And as soon as they set the ball and the chains, the clock should resume. So we're under 2.5 minutes remaining here in this opening night of Friday night football in Texas. No better place than to watch again here in South Texas than PSJA Stadium, the beautiful PSJA Stadium. And with a new set of downs, a quarterback keeper, and that is Trey Elizondo. Getting a good 3 to 4 yards on that play. That brings up a second down, and more importantly for the Raiders, they're eating up the game clock. The play clock right now at 25 seconds. Let's see how long they take to break this huddle. Of course, they want to eat up as much play clock, and more importantly, the entire game clock. Here in the 1.5-minute mark of this ball game. Fine performance by the Raiders. The Raiders look like they're ready. Next week, as we mentioned, they host Harlingen South. The PSJA Memorial Wolverines will travel to Mission and face a good, solid Mission Veterans football team.
Delay game. Offense. Fire penalty. Second out.
And that is penalty number 50, folks. It's a push. A minute 20 remaining in the ball game. The Raiders really just need one more first down to seal the deal here. And the Wolverines defense corrals the ball carrier. And they do a fine job of keeping them within the boundaries there. I think the referee said, "I've had enough," and he just said, "Forward momentum has been stopped. Let's go to the next play." Third down, under a minute left, 52 seconds. So, Mike, in your opinion, first time up here in the booth, you got 2 games under your belt. Any thoughts on that?
Exciting. Exciting.
It is. It's a blast. We're blessed to be out here. It's a great thing that we do up here to showcase our student athletes, and it only gets better, buddy. Welcome to the booth, and of course I want to thank Damian for doing a fine job every time out here. KTRI, always a great production, and the PSJA North Raiders will be victorious here tonight. The Raiders 44, Wolverines 8. As we sign off for Mike, Damian, I'm Javi Martinez. We'll send it down to Pedro. Thank you very much.
Well, that's a wrap from PSJA Stadium after week 1 of high school football. I want to thank all my student reporters and all these guys that have been behind the cameras. For you guys, on behalf of KTRI, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you.